Speaking English can sometimes feel difficult, especially if it's not your first language. Many people get nervous or worried that they will make mistakes. But don't worry. Everyone can learn how to speak English in a smart and confident way. The key is to understand some simple rules and follow easy tips. First, the most important thing to remember is that speaking English smartly doesn't mean you need to use big words or talk really fast. It's not about impressing people with how many words you know. Speaking smartly means making sure that people understand what you are saying. It's about being clear, calm, and comfortable. One easy way to start speaking English smartly is by using simple sentences. You don't have to use long, complicated sentences to sound smart. Sometimes, short and simple sentences work best. They help you avoid mistakes, and people will find it easier to understand you. For example, instead of saying, "I would very much appreciate it if you could assist me in completing this task," you can say, "Can you help me finish this task?" It's shorter, easier to understand, and sounds more natural. Another important tip is to speak slowly. Many people think that speaking fast makes them sound like they know the language better. But that's not true. Speaking too fast can make you hard to understand, and you might make more mistakes. When you speak slowly, you give yourself time to think, and the person listening to you has time to understand your words. Don't rush. There's no need to hurry when you speak. Practice is also very important. The more you practice, the better you will become. You can practice by speaking to yourself when you are alone. You can try reading a book out loud or talking about your day in English. This will help you get comfortable with the language, and soon it will feel more natural. Listening is another great way to improve your English. The more you listen to English, the better you will become at speaking it. You can listen to English songs, watch movies, or even listen to podcasts. Pay attention to how people pronounce words and how they form sentences. This will help you learn the correct way to speak. It's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they are learning something new. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and not be afraid of them. If you say something wrong, don't worry. Just correct yourself and move on. The more you speak, the more you will improve. One good trick to sound smart when speaking English is to learn a few useful phrases. These are phrases that people use often in conversations. If you know these phrases, you can use them when you are talking to someone. For example, phrases like, "I see what you mean," or "That's a good point," can make you sound more confident and like you know what you are talking about. Learning these common phrases will help you feel more comfortable in conversations. Another tip is to ask questions if you don't understand something. It's okay to ask someone to repeat what they said or to explain it in a different way. Asking questions shows that you are interested in the conversation and that you want to understand better. This is also a good way to learn new words and phrases. Using body language can help you speak smartly too. When you talk, your body language is just as important as your words. Smile, make eye contact, and use hand gestures to explain your points. This will make you look more confident, and people will pay more attention to what you are saying. Even if you are not sure about your English, strong body language can make you appear more confident. When you are speaking English, try not to use too many filler words like or these words can make you sound unsure, and they don't add any meaning to what you are saying. It's okay to pause and think for a second instead of using filler words. This will help you sound more confident and smart when you speak. Another way to improve your English speaking skills is by expanding your vocabulary. This doesn't mean you have to memorize the dictionary, but learning a few new words every week can help you feel more confident in your conversations. Try to use the new words you learn in your daily conversations. This will help you remember them better and will also make you sound more fluent. One great way to learn new words is by reading. Reading books, articles, or even social media posts in English can expose you to new words and phrases. When you see a new word, try to understand its meaning from the context. Then, look it up to make sure you understand it correctly. After that, try to use the word when you are speaking. The more you use a word, the more comfortable you will become with it. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Learning a new language takes time. Don't get frustrated if you don't see improvements right away. Everyone learns at their own pace. Celebrate small successes, like when you use a new word or when you have a conversation without using your native language. These small victories will help keep you motivated. Another good tip for speaking English smartly is to stay calm, even when you feel nervous. It's normal to feel a bit nervous when speaking a new language, especially in front of others. But remember that the people you are speaking to want to understand you. They are not looking for you to make mistakes. If you stay calm and speak slowly, you will do just fine. You can also learn a lot from others. Pay attention to how native English speakers talk. Notice their tone, how they pause, and how they ask questions. You can try to copy their style when you are speaking. This doesn't mean you have to sound exactly like them, but it can give you some ideas about how to improve your own speaking skills. If you have friends who speak English, practice with them. You can set up a time to chat in English for a few minutes every day. This will help you get used to speaking in real conversations. The more you practice, the easier it will become. When you are speaking, don't focus too much on grammar. Of course, grammar is important, but when you are having a conversation, it's more important to be understood than to speak perfectly. If you focus too much on getting every word right, you might freeze up and not say anything at all. Just speak, and if you make a small mistake, don't worry about it. The person you are talking to will usually understand you, even if your grammar isn't perfect. A good way to practice speaking English is by using technology. There are many apps and websites where you can chat with people in English. Some of these apps even allow you to practice with native speakers. This is a great way to improve your skills without feeling the pressure of speaking face-to-face. One thing that can help you speak English smartly is knowing a little about the culture of English-speaking countries. This doesn't mean you have to learn everything about these cultures, but understanding some basic cultural habits can help you in conversations. For example, in many English-speaking countries, it's common to say thank you often. Even small acts of kindness are usually followed by a thank you. Knowing these little cultural habits can help you fit in better and make your conversations smoother. Another thing you can do is set goals for yourself. Maybe your goal is to have a conversation in English for 5 minutes without using your native language. Or maybe your goal is to learn 5 new words each week. Whatever your goal is, make sure it is something you can achieve. This will help keep you motivated and give you something to work towards. It's also helpful to remember that speaking smartly isn't just about the words you use. It's also about how you say them. Your tone of voice is important. Speaking in a calm and friendly tone can make a big difference. People are more likely to listen to you if you sound friendly and confident. When you're learning English, it's also important to have fun with it. If learning feels like a chore, you won't enjoy the process. Try to find ways to make learning fun. Maybe you can watch funny videos in English or play games that help you practice new words. The more fun you have, the more you will want to keep learning. If you ever feel discouraged, remember that everyone who speaks English fluently today once struggled just like you. Even native speakers had to learn how to speak when they were children. It takes time and effort, but with practice, you will get better. Speaking English smartly also means knowing when to listen. Conversations are not just about talking. Listening carefully to the other person will help you respond in a smart way. When you listen, you learn. You can pick up new words, phrases, and even ideas on how to improve your speaking skills. If you are worried about your accent, don't be. Having an accent is not a bad thing. It's a part of who you are. Many people have accents, and it doesn't stop them from speaking smartly. What matters more than your accent is that people can understand you. Focus on being clear rather than trying to get rid of your accent. Speaking English smartly also involves being polite. In English, polite phrases like please, thank you, and excuse me are used often. Using these phrases will make your conversations go more smoothly, and people will appreciate your manners. It can also be helpful to learn a little bit of slang. Slang is informal language that people use in everyday conversations. Knowing some slang can help you understand native speakers better and make you sound more natural when you speak. But be careful. Slang can change quickly, and what is popular today might not be used in the future. One more tip is to not be afraid of silence. In conversations, it's okay to pause and think before you speak. You don't always have to fill every second with words. Sometimes, taking a moment to gather your thoughts can help you speak more clearly and confidently.